Hi there, Anup here. So today I want to talk about how you can move past your negative emotions or your painful emotions easily, quickly. I get asked this very, very often, how to deal with my painful emotions. It's not difficult, it's actually quite simple, but you need to understand a few fundamentals. Now, the first thing you must understand is that my emotions are my emotions, even though it might appear that they came because of somebody said this or somebody did that, or I was in a particular situation and that's what caused my emotions. Now, of course, there are traumatic and emergency situations that would obviously put your body into a very emotional state, a very difficult to deal with emotional state. But generally, your emotional body this is how it works. You've already got that negative emotion, and when you're mature enough, the psyche goes out and finds the right people to say the right thing, to activate that emotion, to bring that emotion forward, because it believes that you're mature enough to heal it right now. And in the healing, this is the key, when you heal a negative emotion, you expand. You see life more with a much more expanded viewpoint. So there's a reason for the negative emotion to be there. It's your friend. It's really your friend. Now, if you can see it this way, you're laughing. But you've got to know how to deal with it. So the fundamentals you must understand first, number one, is that this is my emotion. It's always mine. It was always there. Even though it looked like it's happening because that person said this, or this person's doing that to me. It really, really looks like they caused me to feel this way. But it's not true. That emotion was already there. I brought them in so I could find that emotion, so that I could heal it, and so that I could then be a better person. So I could see life more expansively. Okay, the second thing is, so when a negative emotion comes, the first thing I do is say, this is mine. It's totally mine. I own it. Even though I can't really understand that, I'm just going to say the words, okay, it's my emotion. The second thing is that I've got to align that emotion. That means, I've got to align the judgment. Because what usually happens is we get a negative emotion and then we judge it and say, what's wrong with me? Why am I so sad? Why am I angry? Why am I this? Why am I that? So the judgment keeps it actually there. If I say there's something wrong with me, I'm pushing down my thoughts, saying that this emotion shouldn't be there, actually stop the emotion from doing what it wants to do. So by judging it, I keep it in there, I repress it, and it actually gets stronger. It becomes more painful. Pain is a resistance to feeling. So first thing, I'll say it again, the first step, it's my emotion, I own it, I take responsibility for it. Second step is, I align the judgment, I take the judgment off. So I say, I'm angry, or I'm sad, or I'm afraid, and it's okay. It's really okay. So I'm actually loving myself. I'm being respectful and reverent to myself. I'm giving myself love because I'm saying it's okay to be me, even though I've got this emotion. Now the third thing is to do, you feel the emotion. So what you've got to do is you've got to become an apprentice alchemist. You see, the alchemists, they change base metal into gold. That's what they do on the outer world. But the outer world is always a reflection of the inner world. So what that really means, changing base metal into gold, is that the master alchemists, what they've mastered is to heal their emotional body. They've taken a negative emotion and transformed it into a positive state. And when I make my inner when I transform my inner from a negative to a positive, because my outer is reflecting my inner, I'm going to start to see a much greater outside because my inner is better. So that's why this is so important, because my emotions are really the major cause of my manifestations. So it's very important that I know how to heal my negative states. And it's all about the way I think. It's my emotion. It's okay to have it. And then the third step is that you feel the emotion through. Feel it all the way through. Now here's how you do this. You've got to disidentify from the emotion. Because what people tend to do is they say, I'm sad. Sadness comes and they say, I'm sad. But you're not sad. If you were sad, you'd be sad forever, and you'd walk past and people say, oh, there's sad walking by. Or there's grumpy walking by. Or there's angry walking by. So you're not the emotion. The emotion flows through you. But to say that you are that emotion makes you identify with it. You become the whole thing. So you've got to disidentify from the emotion. Because you're not sad. You have sadness flowing through you, but you are not it. Okay? So, the way you do that, to disidentify, you say, okay, let's use sadness as the example. You close your eyes, you look inside of yourself and say, where is it? Okay, it's in my belly area. And then you say, okay, what shape is it? Well, it's sort of an oblong. What colour? Yellowy, murky mustard. What does it smell like? If it had a smell, what would it smell like? Sort of trashy, whatever that is. I'm making this all. What's its texture? Well, it's sort of rubbery. And what would it taste like if you could taste it? Pungent. So, what I'm doing there is I'm pulling myself away from being sad and recognizing sadness is within me. Now, here's the key part. Then you must treat it like you would a baby, like something you absolutely love, because this is a valid part of you. It's only here because it wants to help you expand. Now, up until now, you've been probably trying to get rid of it. So you've got to turn that around, and you've got to talk to this shape. Use all your senses to identify it. You talk to it in a beautiful, loving way and say, you know what? You can stay here forever. I've decided that I'm not going to try and get rid of you anymore. In fact, you can do whatever you want. In fact, come on, give me your best shot. What's it like to be sad? Come on, show me what this is all about. And then relax. Relax the belly. Let everything be the way it is. If you've got tension, if you're not doing it correctly yet, so you keep relaxing until the emotion moves. That's all it wants to do. Pain is a resistance to feeling. So if it's hurting you, you're resisting allowing it to move. Okay, 3 steps. It's my emotion, take responsibility, no matter how you think it came in. Second one, take away the judgment. It's okay for me to be like this. It's okay, and it really is okay, of course it is. And the third step is you feel the feeling. Disidentify from it and then feel it through. Let it be, let it do whatever it wants to do. And what happens then is you get the flow of energy moving through your body again, and that equates to good health. When you've got pain or disease, it's because you've got a blockage in your flowing system. So the more you release and allow your emotions to be what they are, the healthier you become. And as I said at the beginning, each negative emotion has a gift for you. So when you heal it, you expand. You see life differently. When you see life differently, of course, it's different. When you see it more expansively, it becomes more expansively. It becomes more expansive even. So, great. That's about it. That's how to move quickly past a negative emotion. Okay? Great to talk to you. I wish you the greatest day, whatever day you're watching this, and I look forward to talking to you again next time. Thank you.